This is Kaladin, and I'm going to do my Astrologian Healer's Guide. Now, let's get started. Now, this guide is going to be a little bit more complicated. Astrologian actually starts with a lot of skills at level 30. So first, we're going to go over the cards. So the cards have an umbral draw and an astral draw. So you use this button, and it will draw 3 cards. So when we're in the umbral phase, we have the spear. So you can put this on a DPS or healer, so that's going to be your ranged characters, and you'll give them a buff. Then there is the bowl, and this one reduces damage taken by a party member or self by 10%, so you would ideally put this on the tank. And then we have the ewer, which gives a another regen spell, so you can put that on the tank as well. So then we'll go into our astral draw, and this is going to be the melee side of things. So the balance will be a buff that goes on a melee or tank character. Then you have the arrow, which will increase HP recovery for a character, so you can usually put that on someone who's taking heavy damage. And then you have the spire, which is actually a barrier spell, so you'll most likely put that on your tank or someone that you need to save from a lot of damage. Okay, and our main attack spell is going to be our Malefic. And then we have Combust, which is going to be our damage of time spell, which we're going to be using while we're on the move. Then we have Aspected Benefic, and this is going to be our regen spell that we're going to keep active on the tank, much like the Renew that the mage has. And then we also have Benefic, so this is similar to our Cure 1 spell on the mage, which is just our basic cure. We have Benefic 2, which is the stronger cure spell, so it is almost like a Cure 2 for the mage, the white mage. Then we also have Helios, which is our spell that's going to heal the entire party. And the Astrologian also has Essential Dignity, which is the instant heal, so it's basically a benediction, like a very high heal. So you're doing that when somebody is nearly dead, or you just resurrected them, and then using your Ascend spell, and then you would use Essential Dignity to top them up. I know that's a lot. They have way more abilities than any other of the healers at level 30, so it can be a bit overwhelming, but I'm going to go through the first dungeon and just show you how I would heal. But this class is going to take a little more practice than some of the other healers, that's for sure. Love that instant Q. Okay. The one ability I didn't mention is we also have light speed. So when you go into light speed, it makes all your abilities become instant cast. So when you really need that movement, you can just pop that on, and then you'll have the movement that you need. Like if I wanted to move and use my Malefic, I can do that right now. So Astrologians are a pretty good class. It can do almost everything. I wasn't paying attention. Let's get that tank back up. Let's put a regen on him. And then let's put the card on our samurai to give him that buff. And then we can put both of these cards on the tank. Give him a shield. Reduce the damage he takes. They recently reworked the Astrologian in Dawn Trail, so I'm also getting a bit used to the new skills as well. Let's get another regen on the tank. And let's do our umbral draw, and let's put the range buff on our dancer. Put another regen on the tank with that card and this regen. Combust. Increase the healing on the tank. Reapply his regen. And you can't really use light speed to increase your DPS because it reduces the cast time, but it doesn't take away the global cooldown. So you'll still have that spinny thing. So it's not like you can just spam your moves. So now we're going to get our buffs, and we're going to put this one on the samurai. I should have waited on that one. Let's get regen on the tank with aspected benefit. Get a shield on him, reduces damage that he's taking. Essential dignity. Let's get our aspected benefit on the tank for the regen. Let's combust the Infernal Drake Malefic. Let's humble draw our cards. Let's get our ranged buff onto our Dancer. Let's put this other regen on the tank. Increase the healing with the card. Put our aspected benefit on. Maybe do a Helios because everyone has damage. But you could use light speed to do an instant heal as well, so the Astrologian's looking in a very powerful spot healing wise. Like, I would almost say a little overpowered at this point. Which is nice because Astrologian was struggling a lot in this game. And now they're giving it some love. Okay, let's buff the samurai. Put the lightning bolt on the tank for a shield. Let's reduce the damage that he takes. Let's get the regen on him. Essential dignity. Okay, let's light speed and Helios to heal our entire party at the same time. So we're all taking damage, and I have some sort of thing I need to remove with Suna. Some sort of debuff. Let's get regen back on the tank. Combust. Malefic. Let's Helios the entire party. Umbral Draw. Let's put the ranged buff on our Dancer. And now I'm in the Queer Bubble. I never saw that name before. It's pretty funny. Okay, let's get a shield on the tank. Let's increase his healing. Actually, the jar is an HP over time. Sorry, it's a little hard to remember these cards. They keep changing them around every patch. I'm gonna Helios the entire party. Lunera, she needs a heal. Okay, let's do our Umbral Draw. Oh, that was Astral Draw. Okay, so buff the samurai. Let's put a shield on our tank. This reduces his damage when we get close. Give him a regen. Essential dignity. Let's heal Lumera. Let's heal him as well. Let's get another regen. Draw a new set of cards. I'm going to wait to apply the buff until we get into the boss arena and when the tank pulls. But I am going to put the viewer, which is another regen on the tank. And then I'm going to put aspect of benefit. I'm also going to reduce the damage, so for that tank buster. And then now I'm going to put the ranged buff on the dancer. I'm going to Esuna the tank. I'm going to combust the dragon. Like, as you can see, the Astrologian, there's always something going on, and your brain, you just got to be on it. There's always something to do as an Astrologian. So if you don't like standing around as your class, pick the Astrologian because you'll have a lot of work to do. Aspect of benefit. Let's draw our cards. Now we need to buff the samurai. Let's put a shield on the tank. We will reduce the damage in time for that tank buster. Let's combust the dragon again. Cast Malefic. The tank has poison, so we'll remove that with Asuna. Now we're going to add a regen with Aspect of Benefit. Now let's cast Malefic. Light speed, we're going to dodge all these different poisons. So and then we're going to move into the ones after they explode. And yeah, that's a wrap. I tried to keep up as best as I could for you guys. This is definitely not a beginner class. I would try some of the other healers before you do this one and become a little more comfortable with the game in general. But you never know, you might give it a try and think that it's a very fun class. I like drawing the cards. There's lots of different effects that you have. It's cool that you have all these randoms, almost random sort of cards you can bestow on different people. So it's a fun class, and later on when you get some of these other skills, like Earthly Star is beautiful, it makes constellations in the sky. You get this barrier force field and collective unconsciousness. Like, there's just a lot of cool attacks that the Astrologian gets. If you love outer space and celestial theme, you'll really like this class. Well, thank you for listening, and I hope that was helpful for everybody. I am signing off.